jungle. There we go. So the head's already been switched. Maybe the car runs? No, no way! Damn, the chassis is actually pretty minty. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today is an awesome day because we're putting all of this in the abandoned S15. It's finally time to bring this car back from the dead. But I have no experience in this and I have no idea what I'm doing. And the only person I could think of that could do it for me is none other than Mr. Spoon, the man himself. I'm handing all of this to you. Thank you very much. Yoroshiku onegaishimasu. All right, thank you. Bye. So all jokes aside, I've actually been planning this on the DL for almost like a year and a half now from when I met Spoon, and we've been kind of talking backwards and forwards, and it finally worked out with his schedule, Jimmy's schedule, and everything that's going on. And with Drift Mitsuri in 2 weeks' time, it just lined up perfectly so that we get to work on this, then we all get to go drive together, you get to get some seat time, and then that gives him that extra motivation to finish his 8.6 when he gets home, to then drive non-stop as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the first time we talked about this was LZ
World Tour Canada, yeah, last year.
Which is insane.
It was insane to think about. Dude, time flies so much when you're just working on cars, busy, having fun with friends, and also COVID. I feel like there's just this 3-year gap in my life that doesn't exist. Yeah, it's so weird. Yeah. Anyways, so yeah, Spoon, tell us what's gonna happen. What's your first plan of attack here?
A whole lot of cutting.
A whole lot of cutting, I like it.
First step was just taking a bunch of measurements, and then I'm gonna go around, clear up a bunch of paint, make a bunch of scribe marks just for reference marks.
Yep.
And then just, the hardest part is dissecting what layer of metal goes over what layer. Yeah. So you know what to cut apart first. So I'll probably start cutting the outside apart and then start with this tub, just because you have this entire section.
The whole section. So you guys know I've been talking about this, but you can get the left-hand side complete. You can't get the right-hand side complete. This strut section you can't get. You can get the pieces that connect to it, but not the whole piece. So
it makes that side a little trickier. So I'm just gonna start with the easier side.
Yeah. So you'll have it done by like what, the end of today? I'm joking. All right. Anyways, that aside though, we're gonna let Spoon do his magic. Daikie's gonna be helping. I'm gonna be helping where I can as well. I'm also gonna be working on some other projects at the same time. We have a lot of cars we need to get done this week and next week. I have a lot of cars, yeah. So that's why Spoon's here. Spoon is the man. I'm excited. First time in Japan, and I think we'll be following him around a little bit with the camera, letting him experience some Japanese culture, which will be good.
Yeah, it's already been great.
Yeah. No way. Dude hasn't even been here for like a couple hours and he's already got it out.
Not bad before lunch.
Before lunch, right before lunch, dude. Damn. See, this is why we're changing everything. Look at this. So this is actually a separate piece. Now we would have to rebuild this if we can't get one from Nissan. We're trying to find out now if Nissan still has it. And this piece actually connects in and is also the bonnet hinge bolting point. So we need to try and replace this because that's not good. That's cancer. So we need to fix that. But
aside from that, everything else is pretty good.
Yeah, like
I gotta clean this flange up where they welded these. So
yeah, that's easy though. Dude, I'm freaking loving this. Definitely the right move. Dude, with Spoon here, we're gonna get so many cars done. Now that we're working back on the abandoned S15, I really wanted to talk a little bit about this shirt. And this shirt is our all-time best-selling shirt on the website on SAMMIT.net, as well as my personal favorite design. The reason for that is it's kind of special. This kanji here means Kishikaise, which literally directly translates to wake from death, return to life, or interpreted as resurrecting the dead, essentially. And that's what this car is to me. And I think that resonates with a lot of you guys and your project cars, and just the general feeling that we get whenever we see, you know, an abandoned car here in Japan or anywhere else in the world just rotting. It's such a waste, and it's kind of, it invokes some kind of emotion in us as car guys, because we see that and the potential that it could have, whether those parts from that car live in another car or you bring back the entire thing. You know, it's like when you find a barn find car, right? Like, and you bring it back. That's what this car feels like to me. We're literally resurrecting the dead. This car would not have budged, would not have moved, and would have just rotted into the ground if we didn't find it, as well as all the other cars that we found there. So what I really wanted to do was kind of bring back the shirt, but do like a revised vision. A lot of you guys contacted us initially when the shirt dropped and said that you wanted to see a back design one, and that's exactly what we've done. We've put the graphic on the screen now so you can check it out. It's a back design. We've revamped the colors and changed a few things about the design. I hope you guys like it. This is going to be a limited edition pre-order though, and only available on the website while Spoon is here, which is only 2 weeks. So you only have 2 weeks to be able to get this shirt, and the first 20 people that place an order, we're gonna be cutting up literal pieces that we've cut off today of the abandoned S15, putting them in Ziploc bags and signing them so that you guys get the chance of having a real physical piece of the abandoned S15. Please be careful though. Obviously it's, kind of sharp pieces of metal with rust on there. Make sure you have your tetanus shot. Don't take it out of the bag. Keep it in there. But I thought it would be a really nice way for you guys to get literally a real piece of the car and show how much I appreciate you guys for supporting us and what we've been able to accomplish with the car. I can't thank you guys enough. Make sure you head to SAMMIT.net, place your pre-orders. Quick reminder, it's a pre-order. Once the window closes after the 2-week period, we will be taking about 4 weeks after then to produce and manufacture the shirts and have them shipped out to you. At the same time, throw a few other things in your cart, make that shipping worth it. It is a little pricey because we ship with FedEx and DHL. Everything's coming from here locally in Japan. So it's I guess what I'm trying to say is overnight merch from Japan isn't cheap shipping, especially when it gets there in sometimes less than 24 hours, which is mind blowing. But anyways, thanks for watching. Let's get back to the car.
It's nice and easy when you have the whole piece.
Yeah.
The other side will be a little trickier because it's multiple different sections.
Yeah, and we gotta actually like mold something in here.
Yeah.
I do have a lead on one of those actually from a 15. So we should be able to just go to that car and just go like chop like this and take that piece out and take what we need.
You'll never be able to tell them.
No, that's the goal, man. This thing's gonna be such a nice street car. Dude, I'm so excited.
You're gonna have to come back and drive it when you put it all back together.
Yeah, for sure, dude, definitely. No, this thing's gonna be a weapon. It's gonna be good fun. So he's working on this while I'm working on Daki's 2.2 liter SR in the back corner there. Trying to stay away from all the dirt and dust. Nice, dude. Hell yeah, let's go get some lunch. Oh my gosh, Spoon has been busy, man. Look at this. Whole panel is sitting in there.
Yeah, everything's prepped. I just gotta wall-through primer everything. Prep this one wall-through primer on this. And unfortunately, we're gonna have to...
Yeah, we got some bad news. The guys at Nissan said they discontinued this piece a long time ago. So we're gonna have to repair this one and cut pretty much from there down and replace all that cancer.
Yeah.
Should be okay though.
Not too bad.
Yeah, we're gonna go to the home center, get some sheet metal, get a couple other things to help this guy. Apparently I don't have a single working horse in this entire shop.
You call it a working horse, we call it a body horse.
Body horse?
Yeah.
All right, we'll get something that'll work. But this is looking pretty good, guys. I'm stoked.
A few moments later.
This is what you meant.
You'll thank me later.
I thought you meant like the single piece of wood with the legs like this off it.
No.
This is like a X thing.
You'll thank me later. You use this thing more than anything.
All right, I'm pretty stoked. We picked this up from the used tool shop that I showed you guys recently. It was $8.
Insane. These are like $80 new.
Hell yeah. Dude, we got a steal. Now Spoon's got a nice little, what did you call it? A panel horse?
Body horse.
Body horse. All right, there you go. I can't tell you guys how good it feels to finally see this project car getting finished. Obviously, I don't want to get ahead of myself here though. There's still a lot of work to get done, but this has been the major hurdle, the front end of the car. So to finally see all the rust getting cut out, new front struts going in is a game changer for us with this project. It's crazy to think back that it was 2 years ago that we found this car in Okinawa, literally abandoned out the front of a shop and a shop owner that scammed everyone on the island. But I think that this car has an incredible story behind it, and I couldn't not bring this car back from the dead. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me. Excuse me.
Huh?
What are you listening to?
Drake, Rich Baby Daddy.
Oh, no wonder you're getting this done fast.
So I was hyper-focusing on Daikie's engine build. It's now 9 o'clock, and this is where we're at with the abandoned S15. This looks amazing, Spoon. I gotta hand it to you. He remade this entire piece here from scratch. Looks great. And then all of that, I guess, is already in weld through primer.
Yep, everything's prepped, everything's drilled all my holes for my plug welds.
Yeah, so we obviously don't have like one of those fancy things for the factory for spot welds, so we plug them up.
Plug weld them, like make it seem like factory, and then we'll stitch weld it all together afterwards.
Okay. Is there anything that you kind of like, other than the weld through primer, that you can do to like, I guess, make sure that rust isn't going to come back?
I mean, we can paint the inside of this, just stay away from where you're going to weld. But these weld through primers are normally really good and really protective. So just really good coat of weld through primer. We'll end up painting all this in here too.
Yeah.
Before we weld this cap on.
It's wild how good this looks. You can't even tell that there was like welding on that side.
I try to pride myself on making it look as factory as possible.
Yeah, it looks good, dude. Like how you got this line too. I'm stoked. The other side I think is going to be fun too. You're going to probably have the same issue there.
Yeah.
It sucks there's like these little things that we're finding that obviously Nissan doesn't make anymore, but we're making it do with what we have. This turned out really good too, where you cut out that old tub.
Yeah,
yeah, not bad. I'm hyped. We also we took off some of the OEM brackets that are here that this is coming off as well tomorrow, just to tidy up and kind of clean that up. Normally on the factory there's like a mount there. Same on this side, we'll be taking the battery tray off because we're not going to be having the battery in the front. But yeah, otherwise I'm pretty stoked. Thank you very much, Spoon. Let's go home and get some rest, but I want to give you guys a quick update on Daikie's SR as well. I haven't really been filming anything to do with this because you guys have seen us build SRs so much. Nothing really special with this one, kind of just the same recipe. It's a 2.2 liter, but this time it's not going to blow a head gasket, right, Daikie?
Oh.
Yeah, we found a lot of things, obviously. I've told you guys about how we found the water damage inside the ECU, and it turned out all the conductive coatings on the pins were peeling off like a banana skin. So that was most likely attributing to all the issues with this thing. So I think finally we figured it out, and no more SR problems. Touch wood. Baby.
The next day.
So it is the next morning, and Spoon's already into it. Look at this guy. Do you want to explain to us what exactly is going on? Because there's like a ratchet strap, a bunch of, vice grips and clamps. How are you keeping this thing in the right position? Because you've already started welding it in there too, dang.
So this thing's already welded. At the very beginning, I scribed around the original panel, and that's where it really comes into play.
So you can like actually see where to line it up with?
Yeah, that helped a lot, and then we took a bunch of measurements everywhere, from like the firewall to this, here to there, squared it up, made sure it was all good. From here to the floor. So took a bunch of measurements, it's pretty close. Luckily with these old Nissans, you don't have to be spot on. I mean, you can be if you want to be anal, like if you have a frame machine and a jig, and you can be spot on, but you can honestly get away with a lot.
Yeah, and the funny thing too is like, I guess if you really, really wanted to, after welding this in, I could take it to then my frame guy, and he could probably pull everything to be where it needed to be.
You can tweak it if you really need it.
But honestly, like with all the adjustable suspension, it's not going to be a big deal. But it's going to be pretty damn close, I think.
Yeah, it'll be pretty spot on. And everything's lining up really spot on to where it came off. So luckily,
that's the beautiful thing of having like a complete OEM panel.
Stuff. Like cutting it apart from another car and using like a donor car is a lot trickier because you do end up distorting a lot of the metal.
Yep.
So having all the new sheet metal definitely saves us a bunch of time and a bunch of headache.
Yeah. This side's going to be a lot more work because there's a fair bit of that. While we do have the OEM panels for behind and front and everything, it's still going to be
separate pieces.
Separate pieces,
this was all one original piece, so it made it really easy lining up. That side will be a lot trickier.
Yeah. But it's looking really good, dude. I'm stoked. I love the ratchet strap there to like kind of pull it and hold it in place too.
Yeah,
simple stuff.
I needed to come back a little bit and come up, and the ratchet strap did the trick.
And then kind of once you get everything in position so it doesn't move, you just kind of use some self-tappers here.
Self-tappers and clamps and everywhere, yeah.
Yeah, that's actually really smart. Is that something you learned like at the body shop that you used to work at?
Yeah, like normally we have these giant C-clamp vice grips that will go around like a bunch of panels and clamp everything together, but just sometimes you just gotta make do with what you got.
I love it. I apologize that we don't have all the tools, but making it work, man.
I've made it work with less. No worries.
Dude, this is looking so good already.
We're just gonna have to get Everlast to send you a nice welder.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, we'll need to get myself a nice welder. This thing, I think, with the MIG and the TIG together, was like $980 shipped. Yeah, so it was pretty cheap.
I'll make it work.
Making it work.
Make it work. It's a whole lot of grinding afterwards.
Look at this stuff, man. Dude, it's wild to think about that we went from that to this. Dude, it looks so good. Spoon, you outdid yourself.
You happy?
I'm very happy.
I'm happy.
I'm super stoked. If you're happy, I'm definitely happy. Because this is so good. It doesn't even look like we did this. It looks so good. Damn.
I got really lucky. I worked at a mom and pop restoration shop for a couple years, and they drilled it into me to everything I did had to look like I was never there.
Really?
Yeah, so
I mean, it makes sense. Dude, it looks great. Really excited. Man. This is awesome. Oh, we're gonna do this. This will happen after we get the other side done. We're gonna peel these back. These were all folded over when they put the big wheels on here with the
are you
Rocket Bunny kit.
Are you doing a wide body kit on this, or?
Nothing that aggressive, no.
I mean, we'll probably just leave it and stitch weld it when we stitch weld the rest of it. Just clean it up.
Clean it all up, peel these back, maybe treat some rust that's under there.
Yeah.
But I think it'll be all right. Otherwise, dude, this looks incredible. You outdid yourself. We definitely got the right man for the job, I think.
Thank you.
That's good. What's our plan of attack with this side? We'll probably start this tomorrow because
Yeah, that'll be tomorrow. Sorry.
that's all done and welded in and ready to rip. That's ready for paint, I guess now, right? Like primer and paint.
Yeah, do you got a paint guy?
You paint?
I can, but I got a paint guy that's willing to come out. He almost came out with me.
Oh dang! Okay. No, I think we'll be good. I don't really know what color I'm doing this car yet, so we'll figure it out. But we'll just kind of spray some of that primer on everything, make sure nothing gets flash rusted. But
Yeah, definitely.
oh, you even took that little bracket off. Look at that.
Yeah.
Nice and clean.
Yeah, no, this side's fine.
All right, now we got to weld every single hole up and shave the bay, and it's a DJ move. So yeah, like I guess because we're keeping this, and all of this isn't changing here until like obviously we got to pull this off to get in there.
This side would be a lot trickier.
Yeah.
Probably take twice as long just because everything's apart, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Won't be too bad.
Hopefully from here we can get under that seam and everything's kind of nice and okay in here. This side was the worst one for sure because did you see inside here? Like if you flip this over inside the strut?
Oh.
Yeah. See all this up in here?
Yeah.
That's what worries me, this kind of stuff. So that was the main reason why I was like, let's just change the whole thing. Cause like trying to fix that, you got like, I mean, you can do it, but is it worth it when you can get the whole piece?
Yeah.
This whole piece cost me, when I bought it, was 60,000 Japanese yen, which in today's exchange rate, I think is like $480. Isn't that?
You can't beat that.
You can't beat that. That whole piece, so it's perfect. This side you can't find anymore. I know, I wish they still made that whole side, but apparently that's the #1 side everyone crashes in Japan. So probably worldwide too, because I would say a lot of these were getting exported to the US because this is the identical same part number for the S14.
Yeah, it's wild. The S14 and S15 are the same exact.
Exactly the same firewall, same this. I think maybe, you might be able to correct me, maybe the radiator support might be slightly different for the different headlights, but maybe not, honestly, I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't have a car side by side to check, but yeah. This one, we got this whole new piece, so this is all getting changed, but it looks relatively strong in here. I don't see any holes or feel any bad holes. Worst case scenario, we'll be able to get to it, but this side actually is a lot cleaner than the other, so we should be okay.
It's not too bad. I said this layer is over this layer, so we can leave the tower in, replace this, replace all this.
And we have this piece, this inner one and outer one, which is the one that has most of the rust in it.
Yeah.
So we should be good.
It won't be too bad. It'll be tricky just because everything's in separate pieces.
Yeah. It's kind of like an onion in a way, right? There's multiple layers and it's all on top of each other, all the different layers. Cool. Did your measurements all check out?
Yeah.
We good?
Happy.
Nice. Dude, I'm so stoked that we were able to get you out here to do this.
I'm grateful. It's cool.
It's cool that one, you get to help me on this side of the globe, and I also, like, for the next week, he's pretty much off drifting in Japan, living the life. It's so cool, dude.
Yeah, no.
I can't wait. Also, I can't wait to see your 8.6 finish. That thing's gonna rip. KAs, dude's been talking to me about KAs.
Yeah, see, you got a little K series.
K series, not KAs. Yeah. Don't point that out. That's for something. Some point, I'll do something with it. It's a 2.4, but it's got the good VTEC, like the one that everyone wants.
It's like TSX.
Yeah.
Where are you gonna put that in?
He's trying to convince me to put it in this.
No.
I think. No, it's 32
no.
out the front. 32 out the front. No?
No.
Front wheel drive or rear wheel drive?
front wheel drive.
Front wheel drive?
Try some front wheel drive. We got plenty of rear wheel drive.
That's true. I do have enough rear wheel drives. All right. Anyway, so yeah.
And you got some great mountain roads around here. So.
Some what, sorry?
Some good mountain roads.
Good mountain roads, yeah. Actually, it's true. I used to be into front wheel drives. I do talk about it a bit, but we did CA18 swaps in Nissan Pulsars. So those were fun. You do a turbo swap on it, flip the manifold around, and
Do an Integra.
do an Integra. Listen to this guy. I was thinking of getting an EP3.
Oh God, no! Those belong at the bottom of the ocean.
Oh man, that's true. Everyone I know who owns one's like, I bought it because it was the cheapest Type R I could get.
Horrible. Worst car ever.
Apparently, there's a lot of good mods for the track though, and they're kind of a cheap track car.
Nope.
No, can't convince you.
Nope, don't do it.
Not even if you were gifted one.
Nope. Cut it up.
Tune into the next video where Spoon gets a new EP3. That aside though, Spoon, thank you so much, man. Can't thank you enough. This car is coming together way too quick. I don't know if I was expecting it to go this smooth and this fast, but we haven't started on this side yet, so we'll leave it there.
Yeah.
But yeah, cool. All right, dude. Well, we're gonna leave things here, I think. I'm stoked. Let me know if you guys have anything to say in the comments. Did you know it was Spoon, by the way?
Some people guessed it.
Some people guessed it.
Some people guessed it.
Yeah, it made a lot of sense, I think. Dude, I sound terrible. This cold really got me good.
Yeah, hopefully you don't give it to me.
Yeah, hopefully no one else catches this. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching today's video. I really appreciate each and every one of you that tuned in to watch this. I know it's been a bit of a long haul. When we first picked this car up, it was over 2 years ago now, and it feels insane to finally see the front end getting dealt with. The rear end, all sorted, good to go. Fixed that, couple of little rust spots around the car, which is no problem for the normal body guy. And this car will be ready for its engine, which is sitting on the shelf over there. I'm curious though, should I start building that motor and putting it together so it's like ready to go in? Because then I would be even more motivated just if that was sitting on an engine stand ready, you know what I mean? Anyways, thanks for watching. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Let me know what you want to see next in the next video, and I'll see you in the next time. Peace.
He said, son, when you grow up, would you be the savior of the broken, the beaten and the damned? He said, will you defeat them, your demons and all